Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're looking at the Rafale mod in DCS World. It's an unofficial mod obviously that you can download, and it has low fidelity. So it's based on the FC3. So I believe you have to have the FC3 pack installed and the correct version of DCS, which is I'll show you what I've got at the moment. So first you come to this screen here. Don't click on download. I believe we're going to, let me just double check. No, we don't click on download. We are going to click on that link there to download it. When you download it, it will go to your downloads folder most likely, and that is, I can delete the Mirage now, that is the Rafale there. If the zip file, we're going to go into the zip file, you'll see 3 folders. We're going to grab those 3 folders there, left control and C to copy them. Then we're going to find our saved games. You will probably find your saved games in C drive, users, whichever user you are, and saved games. Now I've actually moved mine now because I've run out of disk space, and I've got a tutorial on doing that if you want to move yours. But I've put mine in, where is it? Steam save games for now because I've got more space there. Go in, once in save games, go in DCS or DCS Open Beta. Then mods, if you've not got a folder called mods, then make it exactly as I've got there. Then aircraft, if you've not got a folder called aircraft, make it exactly as I've got there. Paste, and it's going to paste these 3 folders in here: the air-to-air version, the air-to-ground version, and the new version, which I can't work out what that is, but it doesn't appear to work. Okay, then we're going to start up DCS. In fact, before I go any further, I should say at this point, at least with the version I'm going to show you, the air-to-air works, the air-to-ground does not work, and the new, I can't work out what the new version is, but I don't think it's working. If you want to get the air-to-ground version to work, which is really cool because it's got awesome weapons, let me go and have a look here. It's got things like, this, whatever that is, the French JSOW or whatever it is, and laser-guided bombs and stuff like that. Then you've got to do a little bit more work, and I would not recommend doing this, just to put it forward, and I'm not going to do it. You've got to, if you read here, you've got to delete. You got to do things, install files and whatnot, in messing around with your binary files in Flaming Crips 3. So this means messing around with your actual physical game installation rather than just the save games area. So we're allowed to mess around with the save games area. ED lets us. ED does not let us mess around with your bin folder here. And so this is why I recommend against it, but I think it's what you need to do to get the air-to-ground to work. So I'm not going to show you air-to-ground today because I don't want to break my DCS, basically. I'm fed up of doing that, but there's my 2 cents. Let's start DCS up. I should point out as well, there's 2 links I've looked at I will include in this video description, so you can go and use them if you wish. So we're in now. The only one I'm going to test it on is version 2.5.6.47404. I can't offer any advice if it does not work in other versions. Mission editor. I'm going to open one that I've done previously. Okay, here we go. So I've put 2 versions in, the air-to-air and the air-to-ground. The way these modules work, the way these 3 mods work is that you can either have an air-to-air variant or an air-to-ground variant because you have to use existing DLLs from the FC3 planes. So this is the air-to-air version. It's going to be based on a Su-27 DOLs. If I go to payload, it's got some pretty remarkable weapons. I'm not often impressed by 3 mods like this because they can't do a lot, most of them, but this one's quite special. Let's have a little look. So air-to-air missiles, we've got the 9M, the 9P, and the Mika IR, which is cool. Here we've got AIM 120B, C, AIM 7. I didn't realise we could have an AIM 7 on this plane. Whoops. We've got 2 times 120Cs. We've got a Meteor, which is pretty epic, and a Mika IR, and a Super 530D. Bombs. We're not going to look at the bombs because this is not the air-to-ground variant. This, all the same stuff. Awesome weapons and fuel tanks. Pods, I'm not going to worry about that for the air-to-air, and the same type of weapons throughout. You can see I've got a mix and match, and we should be able to go and use those with the air-to-air. With the air-to-ground, now like I said, I'm not going to be able to get this to work because I'm not willing to go and do the kind of extra fix they've got in there. If anyone knows how to get the air-to-ground version to work out there without messing with my actual physical game installation, I'd love to know that because I'd love to actually go and have a test of this. We've got some weapons. Now, as far as I'm aware, all of these weapons work as long as you do the work to get them to work. So we've got air-to-ground missiles, AGM-88C Harm, AS-30L, it's the laser-guided dart, armor-penetrating thing, which is awesome. We've got the Scalp here, which must be the French J-Cell, I'm presuming. I'm not aware of that weapon, but it's obviously a standoff glide weapon. Again, all of these work, as far as I'm aware, as long as you do the fixes. Bombs, pretty much every bomb ever made. RAF, Rockeye, GBU. Wow, there's planes, seriously. GBU 16 times 3 on one pylon. That can't be right. That's massive. You got an 84, 2 times 82s, GBU 49, 24, 12, 10. 3 Rockeyes. I mean, massive. Really impressed by this plane. 2 times GBU 12s. Awesome. And a whole bunch of rockets, as you can see. Harm, 30, various bombs, tanks, pods. Really interesting. You got lightning pod. You got the, I can't even pronounce that, but I'm guessing it's a French version of a pod. And this here, I don't know what that is, but I'd love to get my hands on it and try it if I can. Here, air-to-air and rockets. The mighty Exocet there. Scalp, bombs, fuel tanks, Mercury. I'm guessing it must be based on the Su-35 DLL, 25 DLL for ground attack. Some air-to-air, some rockets, and so on and so forth. So, an amazing batch of weapons. I'd love to give them a go at some point. Okay, so if I try the air-to-ground variant, you'll see that I can't get in it. I can F2 it, because it becomes an AI plane, but I can't actually get in it, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, the weapons look fantastic. Look at that. You get so many weapons on this plane. Imagine having a high fidelity version of this. How cool, right? I mean, I'm not a modern plane guy, but even I'm quite impressed by that. The model is so pretty crap, actually, isn't it? At a distance, it will look good. It looks like a mip-map version of it. So there's this, and the Mirage F1 models aren't very good. However, that's not really an excuse, because you can make really good aftermarket models. See the F22, the F35, and the Su-35, the really cool models. And another one that I forget now. I was going to rest a hook, look at that. Anyway, so that's that. I can be the air-to-air, I can be the air-to-air variant, as you can see. Regards controls, then you'd set it up. It is basically just based on the flanker.dll, as far as I can see, at least a flanker cockpit and flanker control. So if you go to the controls with the Rafale air to surface, that's the air to air. It's just got the flanker controls, and if you've can have this mod, it means you've already got FC3 installed, which means you already know how to use the flanker. So it's just like using the flanker. Set up the controls exactly as the flanker, and that's it really. Let's go and shoot some stuff down. We'll follow our guy up. Don't have time for runways, not when we're testing unofficial mods. I can't get over how heavily armed he is. Wow, look how quickly we took off. Not seen that before. Okay, so we're going to put our radar on. Everything as per the flanker. BVR radar. Look for a bad guy. Let's have a go with these meteors, shall we? Interestingly, I can't select the Mika IR for some reason, but again, you may need to do something with your game. I'm not sure. Aha, bad guys identified. Let's go and see what we can get a meteor to do. Lock that mother up. See what kind of range we can get out of this meteor at low level, head on. We'll get some funny things going on here. Interestingly, I can't get more than 500 clicks, or is that changing to knots? Oh! What the hell is that? Are they... I don't know what they are. On the back there. Some kind of air brake. Have I got my air brake out? No. I'm too much of a noob to really know what those are at the back there, to be honest. The control surfaces, for some reason, are up. I must have done something wrong, but it's interesting. And the slats are down. How weird. And those are up like that. Look at that. Never seen that before. Well, it explains why I can't go fast. Haven't really got time to look into it, but it's interesting. Double check it's not the air brake. Air brake off? No, it's all bound and set up. Weird. It's not going to make much of a dogfight then, is it? Interesting. Anyway, explains why I can't get much range. And speed. Wow, so down here with this meteor I can get... Bear in mind I'm going very slow. I can get 10 miles It's actually pretty good. Bear in mind, I'm going slow, they're going slow, and we're low. Let's have a shot, shall we? Pew. Bump. Cannon. Anyway, there you go. It's just showing you what we've got here at the moment. If you know how to get the air-to-ground variant, let me know, because I'd love to have a go with that. That's all I've got to show at the moment. I hope that was useful, and see you later.